Ladies and gentlemen, the future is not something that simply happens to us. It's something we create with every choice we make today. Every action, every decision, every moment matters because it shapes what's coming next. Your future is in your hands, and no one else can live it, decide it, or change it for you. Too many people go through life like passengers on a train, letting someone else decide the destination. But let me tell you something. This is your life, your journey. The question is, are you going to sit back and let life take you where it wants? Or are you going to take control and choose where you're going? Your future is entirely your responsibility. No one else can live your life for you, and no one else can make your choices. It is up to you to decide what you want to achieve and how you will go about achieving it. Every decision you make, no matter how small, is a step toward the life you are creating for yourself. Whether you succeed or fail, whether you reach your goals or fall short, it all comes down to the choices you make every single day. Taking responsibility for your choices means acknowledging that your life is not the result of luck, circumstance, or the actions of others. It's a result of the decisions you make, the habits you build, and the actions you take. Too often, people blame their failures on external factors, poor timing, lack of support, or difficult circumstances. While it's true that life isn't always fair and challenges will come your way, you still have the power to choose how you respond to those challenges. Blaming others or waiting for someone to save you won't change your situation. Only you can change it by taking control of your decisions. When you take responsibility for your choices, you reclaim your power. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the architect of your future. This shift in mindset is critical because it forces you to stop waiting for something to happen and start making things happen. It's about recognizing that no one is going to hand you the life you want. You have to go out and build it yourself. Every day you are faced with countless decisions, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed. What time will you get out of bed? How will you spend your morning? Will you dedicate time to working toward your goals, or will you let distractions pull you away from what matters? These choices may seem small, but they compound over time. Each decision you make is like a brick in the foundation of your future. If you consistently make choices that align with your goals, you will build a strong, solid foundation. But if you make choices based on convenience, fear, or procrastination, you will build a shaky foundation that won't support the life you want. Taking responsibility for your choices also means owning your mistakes. No one is perfect, and you will inevitably make decisions that don't work out. But instead of making excuses or shifting blame, take ownership of those mistakes and learn from them. Every failure is an opportunity to grow, to become wiser, and to make better choices in the future. When you take responsibility for your actions, you not only learn from your mistakes, but also build character and resilience. You show yourself and others that you are someone who takes control of your life, no matter the circumstances. This level of responsibility requires self-awareness. You need to be honest with yourself about what you want, what's holding you back, and what you need to do to move forward. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. When you understand your goals and values, you can make decisions that are aligned with the future you want to create. Without this clarity, you risk drifting through life, letting external forces dictate your path. Taking responsibility also involves prioritizing what matters most. You can't control everything, but you can control where you focus your time and energy. Are you spending your days on activities that bring you closer to your dreams, or are you wasting time on things that don't matter? Taking responsibility means being disciplined enough to say no to distractions and yes to the habits, people, and opportunities that support your growth. One of the biggest obstacles to taking responsibility is fear. fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping out of your comfort zone. But the truth is, avoiding responsibility doesn't protect you from failure, it guarantees it. The only way to succeed is to face your fears, take risks, and take ownership of the results, whether they're good or bad. When you take responsibility, you embrace the fact that you have the power to shape your destiny, even if it means facing uncertainty and challenges along the way. Remember, no one else is responsible for your happiness, success, or fulfillment. It's up to you to decide what you want your future to look like and to take the steps necessary to make it happen. Yes, life will throw obstacles in your way, and yes, there will be times when you feel overwhelmed or unsure. But no matter what happens, you always have the power to choose how you respond. You can choose to keep moving forward, to keep growing, and to keep striving for the life you want. Taking responsibility for your choices is not a burden, it's a privilege. It's what allows you to take control of your life and create a future that reflects your dreams and values. When you take responsibility, you empower yourself to live a life of purpose, fulfillment, and success. So make the choice today to take responsibility for your future, because no one else can do it for you. Waiting for the right time is one of the most common traps that holds people back from achieving their goals. The idea that there's a perfect moment to start, a moment when the stars align, when circumstances are ideal, or when you feel fully prepared, is a comforting illusion. It gives you a reason to delay, to hesitate, to avoid stepping out of your comfort zone. But the reality is, the right time doesn't exist. Life will never hand you a moment free of challenges, doubts, or uncertainties. If you keep waiting for the right time, you'll spend your entire life standing still. Action is what creates opportunity. It's not about waiting for the perfect conditions. It's about making progress in the conditions you have. No matter where you are in life, there is always something you can do to move closer to your goals. The truth is, most of the time, the conditions won't feel perfect. You might feel unprepared. You might not have all the resources or support you think you need. But action isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Taking even a small step forward is far more powerful than waiting for a perfect situation that may never come. When you act, you create momentum. Even the smallest step can build confidence and motivation to keep going. The first step is often the hardest because it requires you to push past fear, doubt, and inertia. But once you take that step, you prove to yourself that progress is possible. Every action you take sends a message to your mind. I am capable. I am moving forward. That momentum becomes a force that propels you toward your goals, even in the face of obstacles. Waiting for the right time also keeps you trapped in a mindset of fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of making the wrong decision can make you hesitate and overthink. But the longer you wait, the stronger those fears become. They feed on inaction, growing bigger and more overwhelming until they paralyze you. The only way to overcome fear is to confront it through action. When you take steps toward your goals, even if they're small, you start to chip away at those fears. You realize that failure isn't the end of the world, it's a learning experience. You understand that rejection doesn't define you and that mistakes are a natural part of growth. Another reason people wait for the right time is the belief that they need to feel fully ready before they begin. They tell themselves, I'll start when I have more confidence, or I'll begin when I know everything I need to know. But readiness isn't something you wait for. It's something you build. Confidence doesn't come before action. It comes from action. The more you do, the more capable and prepared you become. The idea that you need to have it all figured out before you start is a myth. In reality, most successful people start before they're ready. They learn as they go, adapt to challenges, and grow stronger with each step. Time is a limited resource, and every moment you spend waiting is a moment you'll never get back. The clock is ticking, whether you act or not. If you have a dream, a goal, or a vision for your life, the best time to start working toward it is now. There will always be obstacles, distractions, and reasons to postpone, but the longer you delay, the harder it becomes to take that first step. Stand back. You risk falling into a pattern of procrastination where waiting becomes a habit that keeps you stuck in the same place. Taking action, even when the timing feels imperfect, is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's not about having everything lined up perfectly. It's about being willing to start with what you have and figuring out the rest along the way. Action leads to clarity. When you move forward, you gain new insights, experiences, and opportunities that wouldn't have been possible if you had stayed still. You discover what works, what doesn't, and what you need to adjust to get closer to your goals. The path to success is rarely a straight line. It's filled with twists, turns, and unexpected challenges. But waiting for the perfect moment to begin only delays the progress you could be making. Action, no matter how small or imperfect, sets things in motion. It opens doors, creates opportunities, and gives you the chance to learn and grow. Every great achievement starts with a decision to act. It's not about having all the answers or waiting for the right time. It's about starting where you are, using what you have, and doing what you can. The sooner you begin, the sooner you'll build the momentum and confidence to keep going. The right time isn't something you find, it's something you create by taking that first step. When you stop waiting and start acting, you take control of your future and move closer to the life you want to live. Discipline is the cornerstone of success, and is often what separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall short. In life, there are two types of pain: the pain of discipline and the pain of regret. Discipline may require sacrifice, effort, and consistency, but its rewards are priceless. On the other hand, regret lingers as a reminder of missed opportunities and unrealized potential. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret can last a lifetime. Discipline is not about perfection. It is about consistency. It means showing up every day and putting in the work, even when you don't feel like it. It's easy to stay motivated when you're excited or inspired, but real discipline is about pushing through when the excitement fades, when the path becomes difficult, and when the results don't come as quickly as you'd hope. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, not what is easy or convenient. It is about making choices that align with your goals, even when they are uncomfortable or challenging. One of the key aspects of discipline is the ability to delay gratification. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, discipline requires you to prioritize long-term goals over short-term pleasures. It means saying no to distractions, temptations, and habits that do not serve your purpose. For example, discipline might mean skipping a night out with friends to work on your business, waking up early to exercise when your bed feels warm and comfortable, or saving money instead of spending it on unnecessary luxuries. These small sacrifices may seem insignificant in the moment, but over time they add up to significant progress toward your goals. Discipline is also about creating structure and routines in your life. Success doesn't happen by accident. It is the result of intentional actions taken consistently over time. By establishing daily habits and routines, you create a framework that supports your growth and productivity. For instance, setting aside time each day for focused work, exercise, self-improvement, or reflection helps you stay on track and build momentum. Routines eliminate the need for constant decision-making, allowing you to conserve mental energy and stay committed to your priorities. Another important aspect of discipline is self-control. It is the ability to resist impulses and make decisions that align with your values and goals. This means being mindful of your thoughts, emotions, and actions, and learning to manage them effectively. For example, instead of reacting impulsively to stress or setbacks, discipline allows you to pause, reflect, and respond in a way that moves you forward. Self-betrayal is not about suppressing your desires or emotions. It is about channeling them in a productive and purposeful way. Discipline also requires you to set clear boundaries and protect your time and energy. This means learning to say no to distractions, obligations, and people that pull you away from your goals. It's not about being selfish. It's about recognizing that your time is your most valuable resource and using it wisely. Discipline means prioritizing what truly matters and letting go of anything that does not serve your purpose. One of the biggest challenges of discipline is staying committed when progress feels slow or when setbacks occur. It's easy to become discouraged when you don't see immediate results, but discipline teaches you to focus on the process rather than the outcome. Success is rarely the result of a single effort. It is the accumulation of consistent actions taken over time. Even when progress is invisible, discipline reminds you that every small step matters and that persistence pays off in the end. Discipline is not something you're born with. It is a skill that can be developed and strengthened over time. It starts with small, manageable changes and grows through practice and repetition. For example, if you struggle with procrastination, discipline might mean committing to work for just 10 minutes each day. Over time, that 10 minutes can grow into an hour or more. The key is to start small, stay consistent, and build on your progress. Discipline also requires a mindset shift. Instead of seeing it as a restriction, view it as an act of self-respect and empowerment. Discipline is not about depriving yourself. It is about creating a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. It's about choosing growth over comfort, purpose over distraction, and fulfillment over regret. Ultimately, discipline is an investment in yourself. It may be uncomfortable at times, but it is the price you pay for the life you want to live. Every time you choose discipline over procrastination, distractions, or excuses, you strengthen your character and move closer to your goals. The temporary discomfort of discipline is a small price to pay for the lasting satisfaction of knowing you gave your best effort and lived up to your potential. Failure is one of life's greatest teachers, yet many people fear it and avoid it at all costs. This fear often stems from the misconception that failure is the opposite of success, when in reality, failure is an integral part of the journey to success. Every great achievement in history has been built on a foundation of setbacks, mistakes, and lessons learned from failure. To truly grow, you must learn to embrace failure as an opportunity to learn and improve, rather than a reason to stop trying. Failure teaches you what doesn't work. When you make a mistake or face a setback, it gives you valuable feedback about what needs to change or improve. This knowledge is something you can't gain from success alone. Success often shows you what went right, but failure gives you a deeper understanding of why certain approaches didn't work and how to adjust moving forward. Each failure is a stepping stone that brings you closer to your goals, provided you're willing to reflect on it and extract the lessons it offers. One of the most important lessons failure teaches is resilience. Life is unpredictable and setbacks are inevitable. What matters is not how many times you fail, but how many times you're willing to get back up and keep going. Every time you rise after a failure, you build mental and emotional strength. You prove to yourself that you are capable of overcoming adversity and that failure is not the end of the road, but a temporary detour. This resilience becomes a powerful tool that helps you face future challenges with confidence and determination. Failure also fosters humility. When things don't go as planned, it's a reminder that you don't have all the answers and that there's always more to learn. This humility opens the door to growth, as it encourages you to seek guidance, ask questions, and remain open to new ideas and perspectives. It keeps you grounded and focused on continuous improvement rather than becoming complacent or overconfident. Another critical lesson from failure is adaptability. Failure forces you to reevaluate your strategies, adjust your approach, and think creatively about how to move forward. It pushes you out of your comfort zone and challenges you to find new solutions to problems. This adaptability is a key trait of successful people, as it allows them to navigate changing circumstances and overcome obstacles that might otherwise hold them back. Failure also helps you develop a stronger sense of self-awareness. It encourages you to examine your actions, decisions, and mindset critically. When you experience failure, you're given the chance to identify your weaknesses and areas for improvement. This self-awareness is essential for personal growth, as it allows you to work on becoming the best version of yourself. Without failure, it's easy to remain blind to your limitations and miss opportunities for growth. One of the most empowering aspects of failure is the way it reframes your relationship with fear. Many people are paralyzed by the fear of failing because they associate it with shame, embarrassment, or inadequacy. However, when you confront failure head-on and survive it, you realize that it's not as devastating as it seems. You begin to see failure as a natural part of life, rather than something to be avoided at all cost. This shift in perspective reduces the power that fear has over you and gives you the courage to take risks, pursue your goals, and step into the unknown. Failure also strengthens your character. It tests your patience, perseverance, and commitment to your goals. When you face failure, you're forced to confront the question, how badly do I want this? It's in these moments that you discover the depth of your determination and your ability to push through challenges. Failure reveals your true level of dedication and helps you cultivate the grit needed to achieve long-term success. Moreover, failure often opens doors to unexpected opportunities. Sometimes, what seems like a setback is actually a redirection towards something better. Many people have found their greatest successes after experiencing failure because it forced them to rethink their goals, change their path, or try something entirely new. Failure can be a catalyst for innovation and creativity, leading you to solutions or ideas you might never have considered otherwise. Perhaps most importantly, failure teaches you the value of persistence. It reminds you that success is not a straight line, but a series of ups and downs. Every successful person has experienced failure, often multiple times before reaching their goals. What sets them apart is their refusal to give up. They see failure as a temporary obstacle, not a permanent defeat. This mindset of persistence is what ultimately leads to success, as it keeps you moving forward no matter how many times you fall. In the end, failure is not something to fear or avoid. It is something to embrace. It is a teacher, a motivator, and a stepping stone on the path to success. When you learn to view failure in this way, you free yourself from the fear of making mistakes and open yourself to the endless possibilities of growth, learning, and achievement. Failure is not the end. It is simply a beginning in disguise. Taking action is the defining line between dreams and reality. No matter how detailed your plans are or how grand your vision may be, without action, nothing will ever come to fruition. It is easy to get caught up in planning, researching, and waiting for the perfect time. But the truth is, the perfect time rarely, if ever, exists. Success is reserved for those who are willing to take bold, decisive action, even when the circumstances are less than ideal. Action transforms ideas into results. A plan on paper, no matter how well thought out, remains nothing more than a concept until action brings it to life. When you take action, you start creating momentum. Even the smallest step forward sets a process into motion that leads to progress. Even action builds upon itself, growing stronger and more impactful with every step you take. It is through action that you discover what works and what doesn't, refine your approach, and move closer to achieving your goals. Taking action also forces you to confront fear and self-doubt. Often, the greatest obstacle to starting is the fear of failure or uncertainty about the outcome. However, action has a way of dispelling these fears. When you take that first step, you realize that the fear was often exaggerated in your mind. Action builds confidence as you gain experience and prove to yourself that you are capable of handling challenges. Confidence is not something that appears out of nowhere. It is earned through doing, through trying, and through overcoming obstacles. One of the biggest myths about taking action is the belief that you need to feel completely ready or motivated to start. Motivation is fleeting, and waiting for it can keep you stuck indefinitely. The truth is, action often precedes motivation. Once you begin, the sense of accomplishment and progress fuels your motivation to keep going. This is why taking even the smallest step is so powerful. It breaks the inertia and sets the stage for continued effort. Action is also the ultimate form of learning. You can read every book, watch every video, and seek advice from every expert, but there's no substitute for real-world experience. When you take action, you gain practical knowledge that theory cannot provide. You learn from your mistakes, adapt to challenges, and develop skills that can only be honed through practice. Every time you take action, you are not only moving closer to your goal, but also becoming more knowledgeable, skilled, and resilient. Taking action means embracing imperfection. Many people hesitate to start because they want everything to be perfect from the beginning. They fear making mistakes or producing something that isn't good enough. However, perfection is the enemy of progress. Waiting for perfection leads to procrastination, and procrastination leads to missed opportunities. The truth is, you don't have to have everything figured out to start. You can learn and improve along the way. Progress, not perfection, should be the goal. Action also creates opportunities. When you take action, you put yourself out into the world, and the world responds. You meet people, discover resources, and encounter situations that you would never have come across if you had stayed on the sidelines. Opportunities are rarely handed to you. They are created through your efforts. By taking action, you signal to others and to yourself that you are serious about your goals. This attracts support, collaboration, and possibilities that might have otherwise passed you by. Another important aspect of action is its ability to overcome obstacles. Problems and challenges are inevitable, but they can only be addressed through action. Worrying, overthinking, or hoping they will go away on their own accomplishes nothing. When you take action, you shift from a passive to an active mindset. Instead of being overwhelmed by obstacles, you become focused on finding solutions. Action empowers you to take control of your circumstances rather than being controlled by them. Action also reinforces commitment. When you invest time, energy, and effort into pursuing your goals, you deepen your commitment to seeing them through. Every step you take strengthens your resolve and creates a sense of ownership over your journey. This sense of ownership makes it harder to give up because you have already invested so much in your progress. Action keeps you engaged and focused, ensuring that you stay on track even when the path becomes challenging. Finally, action is a declaration of faith in yourself, in your abilities, and in the possibility of success. It is easy to dream about what you want, but taking action shows that you believe you're capable of achieving it. It is an act of courage, a statement that you are willing to do what it takes to turn your dreams into reality. Every time you act, you reaffirm this belief and strengthen your commitment to your goals. Taking action is not always easy. It requires effort, courage, and a willingness to face the unknown. But the alternative, staying stagnant and letting opportunities pass you by, is far more costly. When you take action, you set the wheels of progress in motion and open the door to a life of purpose, growth, and achievement. The journey may not always be smooth, but it is through action that you create a path to the future you desire. Consistency is the bedrock of success. It is the repeated effort over time that separates those who achieve their goals from those who fall short. While talent, luck, and opportunity may play a role, nothing can replace the power of showing up every day and putting in the work. Consistency is what turns small actions into significant results, and it's what allows you to make steady progress toward your goals, no matter how distant they may seem. Consistency builds momentum. Think of it as rolling a snowball down a hill. At first, the snowball is small. And each push seems to make only a minor difference. But as it keeps rolling, it gathers more snow and becomes larger and heavier, requiring less effort to keep it moving. This is how consistency works in your life. Every action you take may feel small in the moment, but over time, those small actions compound into meaningful achievements. Each step forward makes the next step easier and more natural. One of the greatest benefits of consistency is the discipline it instills. When you commit to doing something regularly, whether it's exercising, studying, working on a project, or building a skill, you train yourself to prioritize your goals over temporary distractions or comfort. Consistency helps you develop the discipline to stay focused even when motivation fades or challenges arise. It teaches you the value of delayed gratification and the importance of sticking to your commitments. Consistency also creates trust, not only in yourself, but also in the eyes of others. When you consistently deliver results, meet deadlines, or show up for people, you build a reputation for reliability. This trust is invaluable in personal and professional relationships. People come to know that they can count on you, which opens doors to new opportunities and strengthens your connections. Similarly, when you prove to yourself that you can stick to a routine or follow through on your goals, you build self-trust and confidence in your abilities. Another powerful aspect of consistency is its ability to make complex tasks feel manageable. Breaking down big goals into smaller, consistent actions makes them less overwhelming. For example, if you want to write a book, the thought of completing hundreds of pages can be intimidating. But if you commit to writing just one page a day, by the end of the year, you'll have a complete manuscript. Consistency allows you to chip away at big challenges, one step at a time, making them more approachable and achievable. Consistency also reinforces habits. When you do something repeatedly, it becomes ingrained in your routine and eventually requires less conscious effort. For instance, if you consistently wake up early, exercise, or dedicate time to learning, these behaviors will eventually become automatic parts of your daily life. On the flip side, inconsistency disrupts progress and makes it harder to establish productive habits. Every time you skip a day or break a routine, you lose some of the momentum you've built, making it harder to get back on track. One of the challenges of consistency is dealing with the lack of immediate results. In a world where instant gratification is so readily available, it can be difficult to stay consistent when progress feels slow or invisible. However, it's important to remember that meaningful change often happens gradually. The seeds you plant today may not bear fruit for weeks, months, or even years, but that doesn't mean your efforts are in vain. Consistency requires patience and faith in the process, even when the results aren't immediately apparent. Consistency also helps you overcome setbacks. Life is unpredictable and obstacles are inevitable. However, when you've built a foundation of consistent effort, it's easier to recover from challenges and keep moving forward. Consistency creates a sense of stability and routine that helps you maintain focus and momentum even when circumstances are less than ideal. It allows you to stay grounded and continue making progress, no matter what life throws your way. Consistency sets you apart from the crowd. Many people start strong, but fail to maintain their efforts over time. They may be enthusiastic at first, but when the initial excitement fades or the work becomes challenging, they give up. Consistency, on the other hand, is a rare quality that demonstrates commitment, perseverance, and a strong work ethic. It's what separates those who merely dream from those who achieve. By staying consistent, you prove that you're willing to do what it takes day in and day out to reach your goals. Consistency is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's not about never making mistakes or always having the perfect plan. It's about showing up, doing your best, and staying committed to your goals, even when it's difficult or inconvenient. Consistency is a mindset, a habit, and a choice. It's the quiet, persistent effort that lays the foundation for success. One small step at a time. Over weeks, months, and years, consistency transforms your actions into results, your goals into reality, and your dreams into achievements. Consistency is the bridge between effort and success. It's about showing up, staying committed, and taking small steps every day, even when results aren't immediate. Over time, this persistent effort turns dreams into reality and sets you apart as someone who refuses to give up. Stay consistent, and success will follow.